Halito, what's going on? This is a red bird. Yeah, I'm reading from this book by Donald and Lillian Stokes entitled Beginner's Guide to Birds. Yeah, I remember seeing in the book of Genesis when the Most High spoke and said, let the sky be filled with birds. I'm just paraphrasing what he said, and when he basically said that, he said basically it was saying let the sky be filled with all different kinds of birds. So all different species of birds just started to emerge when in the book of Genesis when the Most High spoke them into existence. And I said before in another video that the birds are symbolized as messengers between heaven and earth. And also, of course, that's where my name comes from the cardinal bird, which is Virginia's bird, also North Carolina's bird, and several other states' bird. Halito, Miss Infinite Truth Seeker, Halito. Yeah, what I'll be doing is reading from the book, a certain amount of pages. So I may do maybe 2 or maybe 3 videos of this, possibly, or maybe 2 or 3 live screens of this. And I'll just be, reading from the book until I get to the last page, showing the different species of birds. Yeah, I just figure I'll come out and with the trees and grasses, come out of nature. Since I'm talking about, creatures that exist in nature. I'll just wait for like a few more people to get into the chat room before I begin. All praises and big ups to the Most High. Higher, higher. Earlier today, I saw a video from Tavis Sanders, aka Chief Red Tail Hawk, entitled Indigenous Peoples Day, which I believe is today. So, being that that's the case, I'll just have to say shout out and bliss to all indigenous people, in the world, especially what we know today to be North and South America. Yeah, Ms. Infinite says not just birds, but squirrels, butterflies, ladybugs, and moths. Oh yeah, definitely. Says all praises to the Most High. Yeah, no doubt. I think I'm gonna just move over here by a tree and maybe sit down and read this. Just hold it for a second, everyone, because I see I hear a lot of vehicles going past, and I don't want the vehicles to drown my voice out, while I'm reading. Wind is blowing now, it's feeling good out here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and begin because it's already, I see it's almost 7 minutes since I went live, and so I'm gonna begin. And yeah, this bird right here is the American goldfinch bird. This is the male goldfinch. Yeah, hold on a second. The train's going past. Hold on. Yeah, this is the male goldfinch, and this is the female goldfinch right here. Yeah, Kichiwa Star Scratch. It says and the bird is yellow body, black wings and tail. The male is black. And the female, it says the male has a black cap, so that's the top of his head, and the female has an all yellow head, and the voice is flight call is a P word, I think it's per chikori. Song is a long canary-like warble or short forceful warble. The habitat, open areas with shrubs and trees, farms, suburban yards, gardens. So as far as the nesting, the nest of weed bark fastened with caterpillar webbing placed in shrub or trees. They usually lay eggs about 3 to 7, light blue, 12 to 14 days, or let me see, also 11 to 15 days. Now, it says attracting prefers thistle or hold sunflower seed and hanging feeders. And this is a tip about the American goldfinch. It says it can look like different birds in winter because they change from yellow to mostly grayish brown. That's interesting about them. This is the yellow warbler. Okay, this is the male, and this is the female. The male, yellow with reddish streaks on breast. The female, a paler yellow with breast streaks fainter or absent. Their voice song sounds like sweet, sweet, sweet. I'm so sweet. Call is a musical chip. Their habitat is shrubby areas, especially near water with willows and alder, also yards and gardens. The nesting is a nest of milkweed, stem fibers, grasses, and down placed in an upright fork of shrub or small tree. They usually lay 4 to 6 eggs, white with blotches. Attracting is planting shrubs near a lake or a pond may attract yellow warblers to nest. A tip about the warbler is watch for females collecting downy fibers and webbing from tent caterpillar nests to build nest. Listen for male singing from exposed perches. Okay, we had this other bird right here. Hold on. It's the common yellow throat. This is how the yellow throat looks. It says the male is yellow throat and upper breast, black mask with a grayish white border. The voice is a song that sounds like your money, your money, your money. Phrase goes with the robber-like mask of the male. Call is a sharp thatch. Hey, your money sounds like a rap song. The habitat is dense, brushy habitats near wet areas. Also drier habitats with dense understory. The nesting is a cup-like nest of grasses, leaves, and hair placed in shrubbery. Eggs, they lay about 3 to 4, creamy white with brown marks. I think 12 days. I think sometimes 8 to 9 days. Attracting is planting shrubs near a lake or a pond may attract them to nest. A tip about the common yellowthroat is if you get near their nest, the birds will approach and give their thatch call. So they seem like territorial birds. Oh, Halito, copper hot stuff. Halito. Kichiwa, my dude, Chief Wi-Fi. What's going on? Okay, this bird right here is the orchard oriole. The female is olive green above, yellow below, 2 thin white wing bars. And the song of the oriole, orchard oriole, is song is a rapid series of whistle notes. Call is a short chuck. The habitat is orchards, open woods, shade trees and towns, parks, streamside groves. The nesting is a pouch-like nest of woven grasses suspended from tree branch. They usually lay 3 to 7 eggs, pale grayish blue with dark marks. And they do this around about 12 to 14 days, so about 2 weeks. Attracting is orchard orioles may come to hummingbird feeders to sip the sugar solution. A tip is in spring they may be seen drinking nectar from tree flowers such as apple blossoms. Yeah, here go another oriole right here, but this oriole is a Baltimore oriole. Shout out to my boy Ghost, Baltimore. But let's say the female is orange yellow below, head and back molted with black. Verbally molted with black. The voice is a song that is 4 to 8 medium pitched whistle notes. Calls include a 2-note tito and a rapid chatter like ch 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 ch. And this makes me think about Michael Myers, The habitat is deciduous trees near openings such as gardens, parks, roads. The nesting is a nest is a pouch-like structure suspended from tip of tree limb, woven with plant stem fibers and screen. Eggs, they usually lay 4 to 6, pale bluish white with dark marks, and they do this about 12 to 14 days, 2 weeks. A tip about the Baltimore Oriole is orioles are obvious in spring when both males and females repeatedly sing as part of their courtship. Okay, so they sing to hook up with each other. And attracting for them is it may come to sugar solutions in hummingbird or oriole feeders. May also come to orange halves placed out near feeders. Okay, this bird right here is the scarlet tanager. The female is yellowish below, greenish above, wings dark and grayish brown. The voice call is distinctive chip burr. The habitat matured deciduous forests. The nesting is a nest of twigs, grasses, and rootlets placed on horizontal limb of tree. Usually lay 2 to 5 eggs, pale bluish green with irregular dots of brown, and they do this around about 12 to 14 days. Attracting for the scarlet tanager is comes to bird baths for drinking and bathing. So they take care of two things. They say a tip for about the scarlet tanager is that best discovered by hearing the chipper call. Female does all nest building and incubating of eggs. Okay, that's what's up. This right here is another tanager bird, but this is the summer tanager bird. And it says about the summer tanager bird that the female is yellowish below, slightly darker above. Call is a rapid, harsh. It look like bit. And the habitat is pine oak woods, willows, and cottonwoods along streams. The nesting is a nest of weeds, stems, bark, and coarse grasses placed on horizontal branch of tree. They usually lay 3 to 5 eggs, pale bluish green with dark marks. They do this about 12 days. Attracting, as far as the summer tanager goes, sometimes comes to feeders for fruit, breadcrumbs, and suet mixtures. Comes to bird baths for drinking and bathing. Since it is fond of berries, planting berry-producing shrubs will make a more favorable habitat for it. Okay, a tip about the summer tanager is that they can best be found by hearing its call. May fly out to catch insects in midair. Okay, that's what's up. Okay, we got the evening grosbeak here. It's the evening grosbeak bird. The male is yellow body, black and white wings, darker head with a bright yellow eyebrow. The female color is brownish gray overall, black and white wings, yellow on back of neck. The voice is a song, is a halting warble. Call is a ringing peer, and when given by a flock is reminiscent of sleigh bells. The habitat is summers in northern woods, winters in open areas with trees and shrubs. The nesting is a nest of twigs and moss placed at end of tree branch. They lay about 2 to 5 eggs, blue or grayish green with dark spots or dark marks. They do this about 13 to 14 days. Attracting prefers sunflower seed. A tip about the evening grosbeak is that they can be seen mostly in winter when they move south from their northern range. And they also like planting trees such as ash, maple, and tulip. Poplar provides natural seeds for them to eat. Okay, I mean, yeah, the trees that are already planted, I mean, they can get that are ash, maple, and tulip. Poplar provides them with food basically because they eat seeds from it. Okay, this bird right here is the eastern meadow lark. Okay, this bird a streak brown above, striking yellow below, broad black V on breast. Okay, when they fly, note white outer tail feathers are as bird flutters and glides. Their song is their voice is a song that is a 2 to 8 high pitched whistles like co seer. Call is a dessert. That sounds like dessert. The co kind of made me think about OCO. But the habitat is meadows and grasslands. The nesting is a dome structure of grasses placed in natural or scraped depression in ground. Yeah, they lay about 3 to 7 eggs, white with dark marks, and they do this for like 15 days. Attracting as meadow larks are dependent for their breeding. On large grassy fields, it is important that these fields not be mowed until the young can fly. And the tip about the eastern meadowlark is most often seen in among field grasses, but males often fly up to the top of fence posts or small shrubs to sing. Mm. Okay, this bird right here is another oriole bird, but it's an orchard oriole. Okay, this bird says the male has a black hood, wings, and tail, orange brown belly and rump. The voice is a song that is a rapid series of whistle notes. Call is a short chuck. Okay, so call is a short chuck. The habitat is orchards, open woods, shade trees, and towns, parks, streamside groves. The nesting is a pouch-like nest of woven grasses suspended from tree branch, and they also lay 3 to 7 eggs, pale grayish blue with dark marks. Attracting orchard orioles may come to hummingbird feeders to sip the sugar solution. And a tip about the orchard oriole is that in spring it may be seen drinking nectar from tree flowers such as apple blossoms. Yo, guys, I apologize too, cause I think I read that Archer Oriole already. Cause I remember saying the Baltimore Oriole, cause I mentioned Ghost name. Well, let me see one minute real quick. Okay, I'm gonna go to the, cause I remember saying this. Hold on a second. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Okay, hold on. Oh, I see. Hold on. Oh, I see what it is. It's just oh, I see. It's two kinds of Baltimore Orioles. Okay, okay, okay. But this is another Baltimore Oriole, kind of a little different from the other one in the beginning of the book. But this male has black hood and back, orange body. The song is a 4 to 8 medium pitch whistle notes. Calls include a 2-note Tito and a rapid chatter chit chit chit. The habitat is the sunniest trees near openings such as gardens, parks, and roads. The nesting is a pouch-like structure suspended from tip of tree limb woven with plant stem fibers and string. They lay 4 to 6 eggs, pale bluish white with dark marks, and they do this for like 12 to 14 days. This particular Baltimore Oriole are obvious in spring with both males and females repeatedly sing as a part of their courtship. And they may come to find sugar solutions in hummingbird or Oriole feeders. May also come to orange halves placed out near feeders. See something right quick. Yeah, those two Orioles, the two different kind of Baltimore Orioles, they got a lot of similarity with them too, I've noticed. Okay, this bird right here is Eastern Towhee. Yeah, Towhee sounds like an indigenous name. The male has black hood and the back sides are orange and brown and a white belly. The voice is a song is a loud drink your tea call is a loud chewink. The habitat is a shrubby edges or open woods with shrub understory. Their nesting is a nest of leaves, bark, and grass placed on or near ground in scratch depression under bush, and they usually lay about 2 to 6 eggs, creamy with brown spots. And they do this for like 12 to 13 days. Attracting is attracted to seed scattered on the ground, such as sunflower, hearts, millet, and cracked corn. A large area of woods with sparse underbrush will attract them for nesting. Okay, and the fact about the Eastern Towhee is that you can listen for the chewink call and rustling as it hops backward on ground, raking up leaf litter to find seeds. Hey, this is interesting. I didn't even know they do that. And I know y'all familiar with this bird right here. But this bird is not only is this a real famous bird like the cardinal bird, but it's also a superhero that actually has his name, and several more superheroes that had his name because it was more than one boy wonder from Batman. You know, this is Robin. This is where they got the character name from the bird, the American Robin. It's a robin bird here, and the American Robin is usually, the male is usually dark gray above, orange brown below, white undertail, bright yellow bill. And their song is a lively whistle, like cheery up, cheerily. Calls include teak and tuck. Lives in many habitats from woods to open lawns, from plains to the timberline of mountains. Okay, the nesting is a nest of grass and mud placed on limb of tree or building ledge. Eggs, they usually lay about 7, light blue, and they do this for like 12 to 14 days. Attracting is they may come to feeders for fruits such as raisins or berries, and they also come to bird baths. A tip about the American, yeah, another thing about them too is to attract plant bearing producing shrubs and keep some areas of open lawn. A tip about the American robin is that most often seen running along lawns and tilting their heads to see, not hear earthworms. That's an interesting way to get worms. Okay, this bird right here is the house finch. And that's a male house finch. Um, the male is red on head and upper breast, broad brown, streaking on lower breast and sides. The voices are both male and female give a song that is a musical warble ending with a harsh down slurred jeer. It's like a Jeer jeer like that. The habitat is urban areas, suburbs, parks, canyons, semi-dry brush country. And the nesting is a nest of twigs and grasses placed in shrub, vine, hanging planter, or bird house. They usually lay about 6 eggs, bluish white with speckles. And they usually do this for like 12 to 16 or possibly 19 days. You see attracting eats a variety of seeds, especially sunflower and thistle. They said that they can, they can make a hole that is 1/3, 2 inches, and I think it's in diameter and 5 to 7 inches above floor. And the floor is 4 by 4 inches. They come to bird baths to drink and bathe. Okay, a tip about the house finch is that common at feeders often build their nest in hanging outdoor planters. Okay, this is a finch bird too, but this is the purple finch. Okay, it says the male upper parts, breast and sides, raspberry red, head uniformly red, little or no brown streaking on breast or sides. Their song is an extended warble call while in flight is a short pick, P-I-K. Okay, the habitat that they're usually in is mixed woods, forests, and suburban yards. The nesting is a nest of twigs, grasses, and rootlets placed in tree. They usually lay about 6 eggs that are light blue-green with dark marks. You say they usually do this for like 13 days, and attracted to sunflower thistle and millet seed, either scattered on the ground or in above ground feeders. A tip about the purple finch is that much less common at feeders than house finch, distinguished from it by lack of brown streaks on sides. Okay, this bird right here is the scarlet tanager. Oh yeah, how's everybody doing today, man? Yeah, it's been a pretty cool day for me. Yeah, I just was tripping though when I went outside earlier because it was like mad hot. It was like ridiculous hot today. Let me see. The male scarlet tanager is a scarlet red body, black wings and tail. In winter, similar to female, but with black wings. The voice is a song is a well spaced series of buzzy two-part whistles like it's Zureet. So like Zureet, Zier Zero, referred to as a robin with a sore throat. That's fun. The call is a distinctive chip bird. The habitat is mature forests. The nesting, let me see. The nesting is a nest of twigs, grasses, and rootlets placed on horizontal limb of tree. Eggs 2 to 5, pale bluish green with irregular dots of brown, and they lay those usually like 14 days. Attracting is they come to bird baths for drinking and bathing. Okay, and a tip about the scarlet tanager is despite brilliant colors, the male is hard to spot in tree leaves, best discovered by song or chip bird call. That's interesting. So he kind of blend in with the habitat I see. Okay, this bird right here is another tanager, but this is the summer tanager bird. The male is uniformly bright rose red head and body, darker red wings and tail. The voice is a song, is a string of varied whistles. Call is a rapid, harsh chibit. The habitat is pine oak woods, willows, and cottonwoods along streams. Nesting, a nest of weed stems, bark, and coarse grasses placed on horizontal branch of tree. They usually lay 35 eggs, pale bluish green with dark marks. They do this for like 12 days. Let me see, attracting sometimes comes to feeders for fruit, breadcrumbs, and suet mixtures. They also come to bird baths for drinking and bathing. The tip of the summer tanager is that, like other tanagers, they stay hidden in tree leaves most of the time, best found by hearing song or call. And they're also fond of berries, plant producing shrubs, and that'll make a great habitat for them. Oh, and here we go. This particular bird right here, you already know. This is the northern cardinal, which is the symbol and also the bird for North Carolina. Shout out to North Carolina. Also the bird for Virginia and several other states. And this is also the bird, which is my favorite bird, and also, of course, where I get my name from, red bird, because that's one of the nicknames of the northern cardinal. Also, the Virginia nightingale is another nickname for the northern cardinal bird. You see the male is all red with a crest, black on face around base of reddish bill. The voice is female and male sang a series of clear whistles that vary like what's cheer cheer cheer. Called as a metallic chip. I actually heard it called before too. It sounded like I'm trying to see if I can remember it. To me, it sounded like this anyway. It sounded like that's what it sounded like to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love the way that song, the way it sounds. You know, the song of the cardinal bird. And the habitat of them is shrubs near open areas, woods, suburban yards. The nesting is a nest of twigs, bark strips, and leaves placed in dense shrubbery or small tree. They usually lay about 5 eggs, and the eggs are usually buff white with dark marks. And this is usually for about 13 days, attracting readily comes to feeders, prefers sunflower seed, also eats safflower seed, cracked corn, and mixed seed. Comes to bird baths for drinking and bathing. Planting tall shrubs provides nesting habitats. A tip of the cardinal bird is at your feeder in spring. Look for male feeding seeds to female as part of courtship. That's what's up. Okay, this bird right here is called the common yellowthroat. Okay, the female is yellow throat and breast, whitish eye ring, brown wash on forehead, back, and wings. The voices are called as a sharp, like thetch, like it's like TCHET, thetch. The habitat is dense brushly habitats near wet areas, also drier habitats with dense understory. And the nesting is a cup-like nest of grasses, leaves, and hair placed in shrubbery. Eggs, they usually lay about 3 to 4, creamy white with brown marks. And this is usually done for like 12 days. The planting is attracting, is planting shrubs near a lake or pond may attract them to nest. A tip of the common yellowthroat is if you get near their nest, the birds will approach and give their thetch call. So they territorial. Okay, this bird right here is yellow rump warbler. In all seasons, note yellow rump and yellow patches in front of each wing. In the fall, brownish above, brown streaks on breast, sides, and back. In the spring, the female is similar to fall but grayer. Males slate gray above with yellow crown and black streaks on breast. Yeah, their voice is a song, is a 2-note thrill. Common call is a check. And their habitat is summers and coniferous or mixed forests, and fall bushy thickets. The nesting is a cup-like nest of twigs, grasses, and rootlets placed in conifer. They usually lay about 5 eggs that are cream with brown marks. Attracting is they may come to feeders for suet and fruit. The tip of the yellow rump warbler is that when you look for these birds in fall, look for them in fall, for they are very common during their southward migration. Okay. Okay, this bird right here is called a brown creeper. I ain't never heard of this bird at all. Let me see. They are a small brown bird that hitches up tree trunks. Brown streak above, whitish below, relatively relatively long down curved bill. Yeah, their voice is a song, is a series of high-pitched whistles like see we, see two we. Call is a high T. It look like it said T. The habitat is on wood populations. The nesting is a hammock-like nest of bark and twigs placed behind loose piece of bark on dead tree or a natural cavity in tree. They usually lay about 6 eggs that are white with dark spots. This usually is done 14 to 16 days. Attracting brown creepers may come to suet, especially if the feeder is attached to a tree trunk where the bird normally might feed. The tip of the brown creeper is that typically creeps up on one tree and then flies to the base of the next tree before climbing up. Okay, this bird right here is called the indigo bunting. The female is brown overall with faint wing bars and faint streaking, short gray conical bill. The voice is a call that is like a short spit. Habitat brush and low trees near open areas such as overgrown fields. Okay, the nesting is a nest of dead leaves, weed stems, and grasses placed in fork of tree or on shrub branch. Yeah, they usually lay about 6 eggs that are white, and this goes on for about 12 days. Attracting prefers millet and mixed seed scattered on the ground. May come to feeders during spring and fall migration, and in the far south in winter. Okay, a tip about the indigo bunting is that the female is secretive. If you are near the nest, she may fly to a perch and repeatedly call and flick her tail. Okay, this bird right here is the house wren. It's a small bird with a short tail, often cocked up, upper parts grayish brown, under parts grayish white, some buffy, barring on sides. The voice of the song is a bubbling warble lasting about 3 seconds, often repeated. Okay, their habitat is wood edges in rural or suburban areas, also mountain forests, and also clearings. The nesting is a nest of short twigs lined with hair and roulettes placed in any natural or human-made cavity, including birdhouse. They usually lay about 6 eggs that are white with brown marks, and this usually goes on for 17 days. Attracting, they make holes that are 1 to 1.5 inches in diameter and 6 to 7 inches above floor, and the floor is usually 4 by 4 inches. A tip about the house wren is that the male builds nest foundations in several bird houses. Female selects one and adds final lining. Yeah, that's cool. They work together like that. This bird right here is a Carolina wren. Okay, the small bird is a small bird with a short tail, warm brown above, rich buff below, prominent white eyebrow. The voice is a song that is a loud, repeated 3-part phrase like tea kettle, tea kettle, tea kettle. The habitat is forest, understory, vines, woodlands, and rural or suburban areas. The nesting is a nest of twigs, moss, and roulettes placed in natural cavity, birdhouse, or other nook. They lay about 8 eggs, creamy with brown marks. The attracting is it comes to sweat feeders, also eats whole sunflower seeds, and they can make a hole that is 1.5 inches diameter and 6-7 inches above floor. The floor is usually 4 by 4 inches. A tip about the Carolina wren is that the males can be heard singing any month of the year. Okay, that's what's up. Okay, this bird right here is pine siskin, maybe siskin. Yeah, pine siskin. The small brown streaked bird with varying amounts of yellow showing on wings and base of tail. Bill is fairly long and sharply pointed. Calls include a repeated suyeet and a distinctive buzzy ascending ziree. The habitat is mixed woods, shrub thickets, suburban yards. The nesting is a nest of grasses, twigs, and roulettes placed in tree. They usually lay about 5 eggs that are light blue green with dark marks, and this goes on for like maybe 13, possibly 15 days. And attracting comes to hanging feeders with thistle, hulled, or black oil sunflower seed will also feed on seed scattered on the ground. A tip about the pine siskin is that they can be seen most often in winter at feeders, often in the company of goldfinches. Okay, so they get along with goldfinch birds. Okay, this bird right here is a house finch. This is a female house finch too. And the female house uniformly finely streaked brown head, broad brown streaking on breast and belly. The voices of both the male and female give a song that is a musical warble ending with a harsh down slurred jeer. The habitat is in urban areas, suburbs, parks, canyons, semi-dry brush country. The nesting is a nest of twigs and grasses placed with shrub, vine, hanging planter or birdhouse, and they lay at least about 6 eggs that are bluish white with speckles. And this goes on for about 16 to 19 days. Attracting eats a variety of seeds, especially sunflower and thistle. They come to bird baths to drink and bathe, and they make a hole that is 1 by 3/8 and 2 inches in diameter and 5 to 7 inches above floor. Floor is 4 by 4 inches. A tip about the house finches originally from west, expanding range in east, often build nests and hang outdoor planters. That's interesting to know. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this live stream because the battery's going low, but this is page 28 of the book Beginner's Guide to Birds by Donald and Lillian Stokes. So I'm gonna do another live stream, maybe one more or maybe possibly 2 more, depending on how things go, but possibly 2 more, possibly. So I stopped today at page 28. But everybody that came in the live stream today, I give you much love. Bliss to you, Halito, Osio, Akichiwa. Yeah, much love to the indigenous people. It's about the birds, the messengers. And this is Ron Redbird. And shout out to Miss Infinite Truth Seeker. Shout out to Star Strike. Shout out to Chief Wildfire, my dude. Shout out to my homie, Copper Hot Step. And shout out to Dane Calloway. Shout out to Phoenix Moon, Kerry Davis. Chief Two Hawks, Chief Red Tail Hawk, and everybody else that's doing their thing, you know what I'm saying, for this indigenous lifestyle, spiritual lifestyle that we live in. And yo, this is Brother Redbird. Much love and bliss. One.